What is a Sexual History by Jeffrey Weeks is an introduction to the study of sexuality as a historical and social phenomenon. Sexuality is not a fixed biological reality, but a concept shaped by culture, society, and historical change. The book demonstrates that ideas about sex, desire, identity, and relationships have evolved over time and vary across different societies. By studying sexual history, we gain a better understanding of how temporary sexual norms emerged and how they continue to change. The book begins by introducing the concept of social constructionism, which is central to Weeks's approach. Social constructionism argues that sexuality is not simply a natural instinct but is given meaning through social and cultural processes. Categories such as homosexuality, heterosexuality, and even sexuality are historical creations rather than timeless realities. Weeks emphasizes that historians must avoid assuming that people in the past understood their desires in the same way modern individuals do. Weeks traces the origins of sexual history as an academic field. In the late 19th century, sexologists such as Richard von Krafft-Ebing and Havelock Ellis attempted to classify and explain sexual behavior scientifically. Though they sought to understand sexual diversity, their work also created new categories of identity and social control. During the 1970s, feminists and gay liberation scholars challenged these ideas, arguing that sexual identities are historically produced rather than naturally given. The influence of Michel Foucault was especially important as he showed how modern societies created extensive discourses about sexuality that shaped individual identities and behavior. An important theme of the book is the history of homosexuality. Early gay and lesbian historians sought to recover evidence of the same sex desire in the past. Later, scholars argued that modern concepts such as homosexual did not exist in earlier societies. This debate between essentialist and constructionist perspectives became central to the field. The emergence of queer theory challenged fixed identities by emphasizing the fluidity and instability of sexual categories. Weeks also explores the relationship between sexuality, gender, and power. Feminist debates highlights how sexuality can be both a site of oppression and a source of pleasure. The sexuality cannot be separated from gender, race, class, and other forms of social difference. These interconnected factors shape how individuals experience desire and social regulation. The book identifies several major transformations in modern sexuality, including the rise of heterosexual norms in the 19th century, the sexual charges associated with the 1960s, the impact of the AIDS crisis, and the growing recognition of same sex relationships. Weeks shows that these developments reflect broader social and political changes rather than a simple story of progress. Weeks examines the globalization of sexual politics. Colonialism spread European sexual laws and moral values across the world, while contemporary debates about LGBTQ rights often intersect with nationalism, religion, and cultural identity. The book concludes by emphasizing the importance of memory, oral history, and community activism in preserving marginalized voices. Sexual history reveals that sexual norms are historically produced rather than inevitable, opening possibilities for social change and new understandings of human intimacy.